Hi, this is Gil Cargill. Thanks so much for your interest in our Sales Outsource Management program. In the next 10 or 12 minutes, I'm going to share with you how we create a 36% increase in the top line for our clients by implementing our new processes through one of our certified outsourced sales managers or sales VPs. We have learned that sales challenges are rarely due exclusively to the salespeople. More often than not, it's the process. We've also learned, and we'll show you, that when you control the quantity and quality of activity, you also control the results of those activities. And in our case, those results are a 36% increase on average in your top line. If this looks familiar, then you really need to talk to us. You're growing your business, but it has plateaued. You need a sales manager because you're doing a little bit of everything and doing your best to learn sales management while you're doing it, but you can't afford a $180,000 a year sales manager, and a superstar is going to cost you $250,000 a year. Your revenue is flat, as are your profits. You've tried traditional sales skills training, but it hasn't produced any permanent improvement. Your company has grown without a sales playbook, a manual that shows you how to do what you want your salespeople to do. As a result, they're doing what they think is in your best interest, and that inadvertently develops multiple sales prevention departments within your company. And sales people are coming and going, each one of which that comes on board and fails cost you $500,000, according to the Wall Street Journal. We've also learned that the big problem is entrepreneurs do not get grounded in sales management education. Go back to your college days. How many classes did you take on how to recruit, hire, train, coach, deploy a sales force? Odds are, if you're like most entrepreneurs, you have no formal education in managing the sales force. As a result, you do what you think is in the best interest of the company, as do your salespeople. But you then are forced to manage based on the P&L results, not based on a predictable, repeatable, and scalable process. Our solution is to implement and, most importantly, manage a repeatable process for you. Our outsourced sales managers create sales team playbooks. We do everything a sales VP or sales manager would do except show up every day, except cost you much more than you can afford. As a matter of fact, some of our engagements require fees of approximately what you would pay for a receptionist. We don't tie your hands up with employee law or long-term contracts because we work on a month-to-month basis and we're not your employees. And most importantly, we never provide you for excuses for sales failure. We provide you with results. That's the Cargill difference. Now, our outsourced and interim sales VPs are the result of work I've done since 1978. During that time, I've worked with over 7,000 business-to-business sales forces. I've trained thousands of salespeople, and I've been acknowledged as an expert and featured on the covers of magazines and won many awards because of my focus on the process. When you focus on the process and you control the quantity and quality of activity, you control the results produced by the process. It's a proven approach to controlling the quality of the outcome. As a matter of fact, we're so confident that our process will satisfy your goals that we guarantee your satisfaction. And in our contract, you'll see that satisfaction is defined by your criteria. So let's talk at your earliest convenience. The biggest difference between us and other sales acceleration strategies is we do all of the work for you. That means you get the results you want faster. We don't have to learn on the job. We've done it before. We have decades of experience helping small to medium businesses design, implement, deploy, and manage a productive, predictable sales process. So there are no mistakes, no do-overs. And it's all based on the world's first and only sales process training program. Now, I created this program because I found a distinct void in the sales training world. Everyone talks about the skills of selling, but no one talks about how to manage the process. So, as a companion to our original skills training programs, I developed the new math of sales excellence. We control these 5 metrics to produce tremendous results for our clients. The metrics are the first meetings, the closing percentage, the sales cycle length, the dollars per transaction, and the amount of selling time available. Let's take a look at how we get to the 36% average top line increase. Again, we control the quantity and quality of activities. Those activities are first meetings, the dollars per quote, dollars per transaction, the available selling time, the length of the sales cycle, and the conversion ratios. Now here's the staggering truth about the new math of sales excellence. When we improve each of those metrics by only 5%, in the aggregate they combine to produce a 36% increase in your top line. So if your team could increase the number of first meetings by 5% and the dollars per transaction by 5%, the amount of available selling time by 5%, shrink the sales cycle by 5%, and close 5% more, you'll get a 36% increase. You see, our secret sauce is we don't try to hit home runs. We know we can get 5% increases in these 5 metrics in virtually all business-to-business sales forces. When that occurs, your top line goes up very rapidly. At the same time, we are injecting accountability, perhaps for the first time, into your sales organization. We hold your team accountable through our proprietary employee engagement software to manage the metrics to get the results that you and hopefully your team desires. As a result of the old processes, the average salesperson competes for less than 10% of the available opportunities in the market. This is why we're confident we can increase the number of first meetings for virtually all business-to-business sales forces, because the old process reduces the ability of the sales team to have more first meetings. Concurrent with that, the rule of selling in today's market, according to the Sales Lead Management Association, is that only 3% of your prospects are current buyers. The balance of them are future buyers. Most salespeople don't have the bandwidth or the tools to nurture a limitless number of prospects. Consequently, 100% of their effort is applied to producing 3% of the buyers. By changing this dynamic, we're able to produce tremendous results for you. If you've gone through the growth conundrum, you know you need better sales management. Let me explain what I mean by that. This is a phenomenon where the entrepreneur starts the business starts to grow, and then the entrepreneur says, we need to hire a salesperson. But the entrepreneur, due to the lack of the aforementioned college education in sales management, doesn't understand what process to bring the people in on. Consequently, the entrepreneur hires someone who has a business card that says they're a salesperson and they're a nice man or woman. The reality is that entrepreneur will then say, I need even more feet on the street, and they hire more salespeople. But now the management challenge is increasing geometrically. The cost will increase, but profits don't. So now frustration starts to set in. We say we have to do something about sales, and the entrepreneur brings in a sales trainer who gives a 1, 2, or 3 day session which doesn't produce permanent improvements. The Selling Power magazine study of a few years ago showed that sales skills training has about a 5.3 week lifespan. In other words, you'll have 5 weeks of improved productivity, but then your team, being human, will rubber band back to the activities they normally do. Management then adjusts the financials because we have to show profit, but management gets angered and frustrated, and because it didn't work the first time, we'll try it again. That's right. The growth conundrum requires sales managers in companies like yours to repeat the process of hiring more people. And here's the secret sauce of that. Every time you hire a new salesperson, he or she brings the processes that they've learned in the past to your company, without any consideration of whether or not those processes are appropriate for your company. When you have a unified sales system, the performance of all of your team will go up dramatically and quickly. We're going to show you how to separate order takers from order makers and pay accordingly. We will build a step-by-step system that makes sales visibility much more predictable and sales results much more predictable. We will increase accountability and eliminate excuses. Either they do the work, first meetings, closes, etc., or they don't. There's no excuses allowed, such as your prices are too high, the market's not ready, etc. By following a step-by-step system, they can either say they followed the system or they didn't, and if they did, the results will be there. We're going to dramatically lower the cost of onboarding, and you won't be held hostage by those sales superstars that say, treat me the way I want to be treated, and or I'll leave and take my business with me. That's because you'll own the process. It is a repeatable and scalable process, and it takes management of the company out of managing the sales team. Let us manage the sales team and the sales process, because we'll eliminate hiring mistakes. We will eliminate the phenomenon of promoting your best salesperson to manager, and therefore you lose a good producer and you get a poor manager. We prevent overpaying for underperformance, and once again you get predictable, profitable results because 100% accountability is injected into the process, and you will get a report from us regularly letting you know which one of your team members are working the way you and we want them to work. Now, what we will do is meet with your team every other week by phone or face-to-face, depending on geography. We will implement the new math and make that the standard for your business, the new math of sales excellence. We will create and deploy customized playbooks based on key predictive indicators, which are the metrics that we hold your people accountable for following. You'll get year-end projections on a monthly basis, meaning we'll tell you where you'll be at the end of the year and make recommendations to adjust based on what we see. A monthly action plan will be created by us and approved by you, and then we will work forward collaboratively. And I need to emphasize that our work is collaborative. We will implement our engagement software, which produces accountability and creates sales plans. You can expect an immediate increase in sales activity along with an immediate increase in funnel visibility. You can expect predictable, profitable growth, improved lead generation, accountability, an elimination of surprises, and most importantly, that comes from knowing that you have a professional working at your side but not on your payroll to help you achieve your growth goals and your profit goals. And you can turn your attention to doing what you do best, which is developing and growing your company, its products, and your internal systems. Our process starts with a complimentary consultation. As I said at the beginning of this presentation, we guarantee your satisfaction. So before we enter into a relationship where we can't help or can't help spectacularly, let's talk to figure out if we're a good fit. Let's understand the current situation and what level of service will you require. Can we work together is the biggest question. But should we get together, you'll be able to have the best manager available for your situation, best sales manager at an affordable cost. You'll be free to work on your business, on those aspects of your business where your expertise produces the best return for you and your business. Cost of sales will go down, your stress will go down while your profits go up. You'll be able to make better sales and marketing decisions because the surprises will be eliminated. Many of our current clients have referred to managing their sales force as an 800-pound gorilla. Well, we're going to take that off of your shoulders, giving you freedom to do what you want to do. And we work on a month-to-month basis. We're not employees, so there's no employment risk or cost. And most importantly, we guarantee your satisfaction. Our fees are paid by ACH or credit card, and our fees are scaled based on your unique needs. Let's determine that during the complimentary consultation. You can pause the relationship or terminate the relationship at any time. You're in control throughout. So the choice really boils down to you. Do you want to get better? Do you want to take that 800-pound gorilla off your shoulders? Do you want to sell more? If so, let's talk soon. Or you can continue doing what you've been doing and stay mired in that growth conundrum, which I talked about a few moments ago. I certainly hope that you opt to talk to us because we're ready to put our 38 years of personal experience and our hundreds of years of our team experience to apply to your challenges. Give me a call at 310-447-4102 at your earliest convenience, or email me at gil@gilcargill.com and request a complimentary consultation. I wish you the very best of good luck and good selling, and thank you very much for your time. Have a great day.